All right, we're coming back here to a top secret, undisclosed location because we're after this tree right here. Look at that beautiful tree. And it's that time. Look, I gotta zoom up on this thing. Wait till you see this. If it'll even focus, the amount of walnuts on that tree. I don't know if it's gonna focus, but I believe that this tree is an English walnut and not a black walnut, because look at the size. Look how big that is. It is stinking huge. It's as bigger than a hard ball you play ball with. But look at all the nuts out here. I gotta sneak behind this house here. Look at them all out here. And they're huge. I mean, they're like the size of baseballs, man. Look at that. I'm pretty sure that that's an English walnut. But we're gonna get a couple. We're gonna get a bunch of them, and I'm gonna stratify them over the winter, and I'm gonna plant this. I'd like to get a bunch of these trees lined up, just to put some food down in the wintertime for the critters. Squirrels will love them, and if the crap hits the fan, oh, look at them all falling. If the crap hits the fan, at least we'll be able to gather some free food and dry them out and have some nuts. We won't starve to death. I guess everybody should have one of these trees, some kind of a nut tree. I think I got 24 off the side of the road here, and I'm about to walk up here and get some chestnuts. I got some last year and they all grew. I stratified them over wintertime and I planted them. They all grew. They all came up. So we're gonna get some more. All right, I'm here on the side of the road. You can see the ones that are split open, the squirrels already got. The cars are running them over, but here's the tree right here. It's really windy today, so they're falling off, but which is perfect. Let me see if I can show you the burrs on there. Can you see the burrs on there? There you go. You can see the burrs on the tree right there hanging over the road out of this overgrown area, and they're falling right here. Oh yeah, look at this. We hit the jackpot, and I don't have any gloves. I don't have gloves. This is a nice one right here. Yeah, that thing. Woo! Try to get some nice chunky ones here. These are pretty small. I guess the weaker ones are falling off the tree first. Okay, so here's the tree. It comes down and it's in there. And that's how big it is. That's it. You can't see it. That's a pretty big chestnut tree right there. Like a dozen, 2 dozen English walnut and 2 dozen chestnut. Here's my little workstation in our spare bedroom. There's the English walnuts I just picked. There's the chestnuts that I'm leaving in that bin for now because I don't want the dogs to grab them and think it's a ball, and it would really poke them. So these have been drying out for a day. This is 25 white oaks, acorns that I picked up out of my backyard, and they've been in here for about, I don't know, a week. And let me see if I can zoom up here. So you can see they already got the tap roots going down. There's another one you can see there. And I would say within 2 weeks, if the tap root is on that side, the tree will start coming up over here. So 25 of those. These are just pineapples from the supermarket. After you cut your pineapple, just peel it back a little bit and put it in a glass of water, and it'll start growing roots. And once it gets a little roots, put it in a pot. You can see it's growing, starting all over again. These are chestnuts from last year that dried out, and I thought they were dead. They look like this, like just dead sticks. And I was going to throw them out because I thought they died, but I put them in a whole new pot, a bigger pot. It's not deep enough. I should have put them a little bit deeper, but they're coming back. Like, look at that one. I can cut that. I could cut the first branch off and start him all over again. So we're going to give them a second chance. These two haven't done anything yet, and if they don't, I'll just pull them out. But I saved two. We got two that I thought were dead. The chestnuts over here are already splitting open. You can see that one in there, how pretty that one is. I'll pull that out so you can see it. But right now what I'm doing, I'm just breaking these open. Look how big these are. Look how big that nut is in there. Now most people wait until they turn black, but then they get black and slimy, and the ink on your hand gets real bad. So I like to try to get them out. I can't do this with one hand, but I like to try to get them out while they're still green, and they, see how they'll start turning slimy. So if you can get them out before that, it's a lot better. And then they'll just dry out like that, right there. See how wet that is? See? I'll let them dry out in here. All right, so let me cut these up. Well, there it is. I just used a little knife like that, and it came apart in halves, like so easy. Like not in pieces. Like I cut in a circle right around and just twisted them right open, and then the nuts came right out. So they'll dry out, and then I'll put them in the refrigerator for a few months, and then we'll plant them. But let's take a look at this chestnut over here. See if I can get this chestnut. Now these aren't ready yet. This one might be ready to open, but chestnuts, they usually open up on their own. They split open like this one here. And actually, since I've had these here, this has opened up a lot more than what it was when I picked it. Like if you tried to open these real green ones up right now, you would just prick your hands. Just leave them be, and they'll split open on their own. And then we can get to this nut in there. Let's see if I can do this without damaging your nut. Like I can't even touch these things. And what's funny is these are like the favorite food of the animals. Love these things the most. And I don't know how in the world they can even get to this. Look how pretty this nut is. Holy moly. I think I got it. Now usually there's 2 or 3 in here. There's not just one nut. There's usually multiple. But this particular tree, oh yeah, see, there's 3 that they didn't form. Like that's one right here. Let me just, there you go. Okay, so this is the empty shell right here. And this is a good nut. That's a good nut right there, good chestnut. And there would have been 3 in there. There's the other 2 that didn't form. Now these are pretty small. Usually they're probably 30% bigger than than all these this year, because those 3 nuts have to fit in there, and there's only really room for 1 before it was time for these to fall off. So I'd imagine there's only going to be 1 good nut, especially look how small these are. When I was picking them, I was actually trying to find the biggest ones, because I knew that you want to get more than just 1 nut out of them. But I mean, 1's fine. You know, I'll put a tray like this for white oaks, and then I'll have another tray for the walnuts, and then I'll have a tray for these chestnuts, and then in my refrigerator I've got cherry seeds. I've got cherry seeds in there right now, getting ready. So